Hello guys, welcome to another video here on Advent of Cyber. It's actually the day one. So Advent of Cyber 2024 day one. If you're just joining or if you're watching this video, this is a continuation video to the introduction of Advent of Cyber video that I made a couple of days back before it started properly. We went through the tax 1 to tax 4, and basically tax 1 was just more like the intro and the prizes, which is one of the biggest we've seen TryHackMe give in a long time, about 100,000 to be won in prizes. We have the desktops, we have coupons available, headphones. So if you participate and you follow the rules, you definitely be having some, or you stand a chance to get some of this cash prize, which would be announced on Monday, January the 6th, 2025. Okay, the general rules include not breaking any of these rules here, and once you follow them you qualify. And just try to answer any of the questions of in the Advent of Cyber 2024 challenges starting from day one, which is basically tax 7 in this room right now. And only questions answered in the Advent of Cyber 2024 room would qualify you for a raffle. Okay, and then you get a certificate and a badge at the end of it if you complete. So you do that, but we have to complete the whole challenge. If you complete every task in the event, you win a certificate of completion and a badge. Okay, that was tax 1 recap there. Tax 2, you join the communities to follow up on TryHackMe things. There we follow up on social media for exclusive giveaways and Advent of Cyber tax releases, and our prize draw announcement. So follow up on all this. I think I'm following on LinkedIn, Instagram, Discord, and X. Not on TikTok and so on, so you can do the same. You can also grab the Advent of Cyber swag clothes right there and so on. Okay, so you just answer or just accept. Once you follow, you just click on submit for all these answers, and you're done with tax 2. Tax 3 here is completing Advent of Cyber as an organization. For an organization, this will be useful. If you run a business, this could be where you could get some better deals, something like that. And tax 4 is a short TryHackMe tutorial. I think I did that last time, but I'm going to try that right now. So if you are subscribed to TryHackMe, you would be able to use the VPN. Simple. Let me quickly do this here. If you come over here on access, you open up a new folder. Let me do that way. And I can come over here to just download the configuration file. If we have different VPN servers, so I'll just let it be anyone here. So you can download anyone. Right here I can just download this one right there. Once it downloads, it's sent to my downloads. I think I downloaded previously, so downloaded. To connect, let me see here. So I'm just going to copy, I think that was under home, and that's Kali downloads, and that should be nice. This is the one though. So I'll copy this, use a period so it will paste it here. I want to paste it here under the TryHackMe directory here, and once I ls, I see right here. Okay, I see right here. So to run that, all you need to do is let me just open a new tab here. I'll use that later. So to run that, all you need to do is to sudo open VPN. Let me see, I think 1, yes, hit enter. It will actually show a password, and that should be running. So with the open VPN running, you should be able to use the browser directly here without using the attack box. So moving on, to use the attack box as well, we're going to, the short tutorial is to start the attack box as well as starting the machine, which we're going to see in a jiffy right now. Okay, so tax 5, let's head on. Tax 5 here says how the glitch stole SOC-mas. This is how the glitch stole SOC-mas. SOC-mas like Xmas or Christmas. So in the tech savvy town of Wareville, SOC-mas, the annual celebration of cybersecurity, was near. but locking in the shadows was glitch, misunderstood by all the wares in the ware view. Okay, now muhahaha, foolish wares, and mayor malware, charming but deceptive, was plotting to control ware view by undermining its cybersecurity. Now, unbeknownst to the town, glitch was silently fortifying the town's defenses against unseen cybersecurity. And oh no, Mesquidi Software, the town's brilliant cybersecurity expert, noticed strange activities in the SOC system. Meanwhile, Mayor Malware, sensing that his control was slipping, turned the town against Glitch, framing him as the cause of every cyber threat. So the bad one here is the Mayor Malware, and Glitch is the one he's pinning the whole thing to. Now, following the digital trail, Mesquidi Software discovered the truth. The glitch was protecting Wareville, not sabotaging it. And realizing the truth about Mayor malware, Mesquidi Software joined forces with Glitch to expose the Mayor's treachery. It's time to save the holidays again. So you can go through the storyline, and it sounds serious. I'll be here to help the Glitch on December 1st, which is what we're doing. Complete. Alright, on tag 6 here it says subscribe with a discount, which is more or less if you're able to subscribe, you'll be able to use the TryHackMe access or the VPN, which is what we're doing here, and so we can be able to like use our own machine without using the attack boss. I'll show the both in this video though. Okay, so you can get the free discount, I think 30%. Yes, 30% off. Was that what I saw? Subscribe with it, yeah, 30% off, and that's it. So once you do that, you get to celebrate the advent of cyber, you get 30% off personal annual subscriptions using the discount code AOC 2024 at checkout. So you have between now and 31st of December to be able to cash out on that. Okay, share the discounts with your friends. Complete. And now let's get on to the official day one challenge. It says OPSEC, operational security. That's what it means. Day one is maybe SOC-mas music he thought doesn't come from a store. Right now, Mesquidi fingers flew across the keyboard, her eyes narrowing at a suspicious website on her screen. She had seen dozens of malware campaigns like this. This time the trail led straight to someone who went by the name Glitch. Too easy, she mustered with a smirk. I still have time, she said, leaning closer to the screen. Maybe there's more. Little did she know beneath the surface lay something far more complex than a simple hacker's handle. This was just the beginning of a tangled web unraveling everything she thought she knew. Okay, now the learning objective for day one says we're going to learn how to investigate malicious link files. We're going to learn about OPSEC and OPSEC mistakes, operational security and their mistakes, understand how to track and attribute digital identities in cyber investigation. Okay, first thing we're going to do is to connect to the machine. Alright, if you notice that we have an AI help here, what is called Edge. You can use it to assist you when you're using tryhackmerooms, I believe. Like for instance, I can type here I can, what was this? Say hi Ugridi, I'm Echo, your AI teacher, I'm stuck. No, I'll just say how do I use, or how do I turn on the machine? Is that machine? Was that just tap that? Sure, you're just gonna know. How do I turn on the machine? To turn on the machine, go to the target machine information section and click the green button labeled start. This will power up the target machine, something like that. You can use that to assist you while you surf through the room. So I'm going to start the machine, and I'm also going to start the attack box. Okay, so if you subscribed, you can also use the VPN, which is your main machine, and at the same time you can as well be able to use the attack box here. So it's going to split this into two. I'm going to use the two so you can see how it works. Okay, now the machine is starting. It might take a couple of minutes. Once it starts, we can continue. It says here counting down 37 to have our IP address for the machine, and the attack box is taking a couple of minutes. Okay, all right, Okay, so if you watch, I think our machine is ready, and you can just okay, TryHackMe, making it easier to break into security. So you can just type OK, and we can, you see, we get this terminal. This is like a virtual machine we can be using hosted in the cloud to solve this questions or solve the challenges. And the target IP address is ready. It's 10.10.169.180, which we can copy. And because I have the VPN connected to TryHackMe, I can just use this directly here on my browser. And you can also expand and get this in full screen. Okay, you can view, if you just click on this, it's going to replicate and make it the wider screen so you can actually solve with it. Okay, for now I'll just start by assessing that particular IP address. Once I click on that, it's going to load, and what you can see here is the glitch all-in-one converter. Enter the URL. So basically what this does is going to convert a YouTube link to an MP3 or MP4 audio basically. Alright, back to our machine here, and let's continue with the challenge. Okay, so we've stunned on that, and let's see, investigating the website. Okay, now the website we are investigating is a YouTube to MP3 converter currently being shared amongst the organizers of SOC-mas. You've decided to dig deeper after hearing some concerning report about this website, so we're digging deeper. Right now, from your attack box, access the website by visiting 10.10.169.180 using the web address. If you're using the attack box, you can just come here and click on the Firefox web address here. If you have enlarged it, you can do the same. It's going to replicate itself right here. So over here, you can, if you copy something here, it will not directly be able to, you won't be able to paste it directly, so you have to come here. Over here, you just click on this tab here and be able to paste it first on the clipboard. Once you paste it on the clipboard, then you can be able to paste it here or use whatever you copied here. So I'm going to paste and go, and just like we already have it here, it's going to load that up here. Okay, so going forward, I'm just going to focus using my machine instead of the attack box. I was just using this to show you guys how you can be able to use the attack box as well. Okay, so now what is YouTube to MP3 converter website? This website have been around for a long time. They offer a convenient way to extract audio from YouTube videos, making them popular. However, historically, these websites have been observed to have significant risks such as malvertising. Many sites contain malicious ads that can exploit vulnerability in a user's system, which could lead to infection. Now, phishing scams, users can be tricked into providing personal or sensitive information via fake surveys or offers. Now, bundled malware. Some converters may come with malware, tricking users into unknowingly running them. So these are some of the things you will notice with some of these websites. Okay, what nefarious things does this website have in store for us? We're about to find out now. Getting some tunes. Okay, now let's find out by pasting any YouTube link in the search from the search form and pressing the convert button, then select either MP3 or MP4. This should download a file that we could use to investigate. For example, we can use or copy out this link. This should be a YouTube link. Once I click on that, it should pop up. Okay, Rick Astley. So this is more like the song, I believe. Never Gonna Give Up. Nice song. So I'll close that. I'll copy that link which I already copied. If I come over here and paste that and convert, it's going to ask me if I want to convert it into MP3 or MP4. So I want MP3, and once it's done converting, we can now download the file. Okay, once you click on download, okay, it's downloading the zip, downloaded. So if I come back here, let me see, I'm going to copy that from my home, Kali, no, oh, let me see here, home, Kali downloads, and that should be downloads.zip. I want to copy it to I want to copy it to home. Let me write it out completely. Kali, TryHackMe, and then Advent of Cyber 2024. Okay, after this, if I ls, you see here was previously where I have this, and then I'll cd into this ls, then I have that download.zip file. Similarly, if you're using the let me close this for a while. If you're using the attack box, you access that website and do it from here. Sorry, if you do it from the attack box, once you download, it's going to be saving it to root directory. Okay, so we locate that file and right click on it and extract. There's a better way to do this. You can either right click on the file and extract, or you use a tool called unzip. Okay, unzip, then we'll type in the file you want to unzip, hit enter, and it unzips that. If you ls, you're going to see the result of the unzipped files, some and some. Okay, now continue. You will now see there we have two extracted files, song and song. This one looks suspicious. Now to quickly determine the file contents, double click on the terminal icon on the desktop, then run the file command on each one. First, let's try the song.mp3, which is we just type file and then song.mp3, hit enter, and I'll run the two so we can see the comparison. What was that? Okay, now if you notice, this one says audio file with ID3 version, MPEG ADTS. We could actually tell that this is actually an MP3 file, but the SOMG file is saying something different. It says MS Windows shortcut, and it has a bunch of other things. Now, going forward, the second file, from the name alone, we could tell something was wrong. And to confirm the file command after running it, we got something interesting, right? The output tells us that instead of an MP3, the file is an MS Windows shortcut, also known as .link file, LNK. This file type is used in Windows to link to another file, folder, or application. Alright, these shortcuts can also be used to run commands. If you ever seen the shortcuts on the Windows desktop, you already know what they are, of course. Now, there are multiple ways to inspect .link files to review the embedded commands and attributes. For this room, however, we would use the exif tool, which is already installed on this machine. To do this, go back to your terminal and use exif on those tools. Okay, we can use them. Let me see here. Let me just put this into 2 vertically and enlarge that a little bit. Same here. I'll close this, enlarge this a little bit. Now I'll use the exif tool on song, and also use the exif tool on the malicious one. Okay, now it's going to give you more details like the name of the file, the size, the access date, more information like the name. Over here you can see the album, the artist of this song here says Tyler Rams Bay, and same thing here. Over here, if we scroll down under the song, we can actually see more details of this file, and we'll see something very interesting here. Okay, now continuing, we could see it looks through the output. We can locate the command used as a shortcut in the song.mp3 file. If you scroll down through the output, you should see the PowerShell command, which you already saw here. This is the PowerShell command -ep bypass -nop. So now let's see what it means. Now the ep bypass -nop or nope flag disables PowerShell's usual restrictions. Okay, now there are some commands you run on Windows and it will be restricted, but using this command, it's going to bypass that restriction, allowing scripts to run without interference from security settings or user profiles. Now the download file, watch this, the download file method pulls a file, in this case is.ps file. So you see download file, what's going to do is going to access this location and access or download this file is.ps1, okay, from a remote server. All right. In this case, this is what the link is, which I'm just going to click on that in a jiffy, and it saves it to the location here is program data, and it will save it as s.ps1. okay. And lastly, it's going to be using the IEX command, which triggers the downloaded s.ps1 file. Okay, that's running the script entirely. Once it's downloaded, the IEX will just run that command. Okay, now I'm going to click on this. This is just the raw. This raw.github user content. This is the raw file that it downloads to your computer for Windows actually. Okay. Now, if you visit the content of the file to be downloaded using the browser, which we've just done, you just notice, you see just how lucky we are that we are not currently using Windows, because actually this would actually start running immediately. Okay, so what this probably does is the function we search for wallet files functions for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, Dogecoin, and pretty much some other valuable information, and it's probably going to send this to a C2 server. That's basically what it does. Okay, that's basically what the code does. So the script is designed to collect high sensitive information from the victim system, such as cryptocurrency wallets and saved browser credentials, and send it to an attacker's remote server. This looks very typical of a PowerShell script for such a purpose, with one notable exception, a signature in the code that reads created by the one and only m.m. Okay, if you scroll up here, you see this is where he started to give up something. So created by the one and only m.m. So we would now go deeper to search for the source. Okay, now there are many paths we could take to continue our investigation. We could investigate the website further, analyze its source code, or search for open directories that might reveal more information about the malicious actor setup. We can search for the hash or use different. You can even use Google, but in this case, they've been kind enough to provide us option to search on GitHub and a link to actually search that. So I'll just click on that. It should automatically give me that search, or you can go to GitHub and just copy this created by the one and only mm in quotes, and then search that. Okay, from here we are able to if you watch here, we're able to see there's one here, there's two here, and it says whereview thm. This looks like what we're looking for. So if we click on this, we'll be able to see, okay, this is where it started giving up some information. If you click on some of this file here, or this person's profile here, whereview thm, if I click on that profile, I'll be able to see there's an IS file here and there's mm. Okay, once I click on IS, it looks like we'll have the is.ps1, which is exactly this file that we that particular code would run or download directly. So you see exactly what we had before. Okay, so which means that there's a connection here, we're getting to somewhere. Okay, now if I go back to the person's profile and click on the other mm, okay, it looks like a readme file which gives more information about the person, and this is where the person did a big mistake. He said, "Hi, I'm mm, also known as Mayor Malware. I run the things in the Wareville town." So this looks like where the mistakes are, starting from where he said created by the one and only mm. Okay, so this is how we trace back to the person. All right, now going forward here, you will notice something interesting if you explore the pages in the search like we did. If you look through the search results, you can be able to infer the malicious actors in identity based on the information on the projects page and the GitHub issues section, which we just went through. Now let's go deeper into OPSEC now. So the introduction. This is a classic case of OPSEC failure, or operational security, which is OPSEC, is a term originally coined in the military to refer to the process of protecting sensitive information and operations from adversaries. The goal is to identify and eliminate potential vulnerabilities before the attacker can learn their identity. Now, in the case of cybersecurity, when malicious actors fail to follow proper OPSEC practices, they might leave digital traces that can be pieced together to reveal their identity. Some could lead to like reusing usernames, email addresses, or account handles across multiple platforms. One might assume that anyone trying to cover their tracks would remove such obvious and incriminating information, but sometimes it's due to vanity or simple forgetfulness. Okay, some identifiable metadata in a code, posting publicly on forums on GitHub, which with details that tie back to their real identity or reveal their location. There have been real life scenarios or mistakes like the Alpha Bay admin takedown. One of the most spectacular OPSEC failures involved Alexander Gazes, the administrator of Alpha Bay, one of the largest dark web marketplace. So he had an email address pimp_alex_91@hotmail in early welcome emails from the site. Now, this email included his year of birth and other identifying information. He cashed out using a Bitcoin account tied to his real name. So linking all this together and him using Alpha 02 across multiple platforms linked his dark web identity to forum post under his real name. Now, the Chinese, another example is the Chinese military hacking group APT1. They are also the notorious Chinese hacking group APT1, which made several OPSEC blunders. One member, Wang Dong, signed his malware code with the nickname Ugly Gorilla. The nickname was linked to programming forum posts associated with his real name. Now, the group used predictable naming conventions for users, code, and passwords. Their activities consistently aligned with Beijing business hours, making their location very much obvious. Okay, now uncovering if you thoroughly investigated the GitHub search results, you should have uncovered several clues based on poor OPSEC practices by the malicious actor. Just like we saw here under his page, there is a readme more like informations about him, which showed his name here, and I will develop all necessary tools and plans to sabotage the event. So he already made a big mistake revealing himself here. Okay, going forward, what next? As Max Skiddy continued digging, a pattern emerged that didn't fit the persona she was piecing together. At first she thought it was the person, at first she thought it was glitch because that's what's on the website, right? But going deeper, we can see that there's something behind that, and a different handle appears in obscure places buried deep in the details. Who's Mesquite Mortar, the mystery, the opening. Even though all signs on the website seem to point to glitch as the author, it becomes clear that someone had gone to great lengths to ensure glitch's name appeared everywhere. Yet the scattered traces left by suggested a deliberate effort to shift the blame. Okay, now it's time for us to answer some of this question which we might have seen along the line here. So the first question says, looks like the song.mp3 file is not what we expected. Okay, so run the exif song.mp3 in your terminal to find out the author of the song. Who is the author? Now coming back here, you see we've run the exif on the song.mp3, and if you scroll down for more information here, you can see the artist here is Tyler Ramsey. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. So if I copy that, if I come back here, I should be able to paste that and submit, and that's correct. Now the malicious PowerShell script sends stolen info into a C2 server. What is the URL of this C2 server? Okay, we might want to take a look at the code. Either way, the code here, if you scroll down on the code here, you see the function that sends the stolen info to a C2 server. Function send info to C2 server, C2 URL, you copy this. Okay, that's the server. PowerShell.thm data. Okay, come back here and paste that. You can also use the hints here where it says look for the C2 URL variable in the PowerShell script. Okay, submit, and that's correct. Who is M.M? Maybe his GitHub profile page would provide clues, which we found out here. His name is Mayor Malware, so we copy that. Okay, once you copy that, we come over here, we paste this, submit, and that's it. What is the number of commits on the GitHub repo where the issue was raised? So if we kind of like go back here to this particular repository, let me see here. If you go back again, this is where the issue was raised, I think. Yeah, or if you click on anything, let's say this is where the issue was raised, right? If I click on this person, yes, once you click on a particular repository, you would be able to see commits. Okay, the total number of commits. There are two ways. You can click on commits and then you see all the commits that was created right here. Okay, and you can also do another one by clicking on insights and clicking on commits, and it will be able to show you the number of commits in paragraph or something. So over here we see it's 1, and that's basically what it is. Okay, so if we come back here, we can just type 1, submit, and that's it. Now if you enjoyed these tasks, feel free to check out the OPSEC room. There's a room specially for OPSEC by TryHackMe. You can check them out and read more about OPSEC over here, operational security. You can learn more about that over here in this room. Okay, and it's complete now. Well, let's see here. What's with all these GitHub repos? Could they hide something else? There definitely might be something we're going to find if you check out more on the repositories. And yes, that being said, we're done, and this brings us to the end of the room. Alright guys, thank you guys for studying with me today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for the next day 2 video, and ciao.